I finally found you. You're a con artist's mother. How dare you live like this? I will never forgive you. I'll make you pay for the rest of your life. Yes? What's this all of a sudden? I mean, who are you? Don't play dumb with me. You're in on it too. Go ahead and apologize. Huh? You've been calling me a fraud and a cahoot for a while now. You've got the wrong guy, don't you? Of course not. You're Ellen Smith, Alex's mother, isn't that right? Yes, but... Right? Then you should know that. Ask yourself. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Huh? To begin with, who are you? How do you know my WhatsApp account? Damn it, I can't help it. My name is Janet. I'm your son's girlfriend, Janet Johnson. I found your WhatsApp account on his phone too. What? My son? Well, I'm actually his ex-girlfriend. It's your son's fault, so I'll explain it to you now. Huh? He did terrible things to me. He played me. I'm the poor woman. He dumped me for a marriage scam. Marriage scam? That's right. Your son cheated me out of marriage. Your son made me pay $300,000 for a marriage scam. Our Alex? $300,000? I'm telling you it was. You, the mother, got a little money from him anyway, didn't you? You're in league with your son and you're framing me. From what I hear, your husband is rich, isn't he? You're the wife of a celebrity, and yet you go to the extent of marriage fraud to rip off the regular people. What a greedy bitch. Huh? That's why I want you to take responsibility. Responsibility? I'm asking you to show me your sincerity. What exactly? Return the $300,000 I contributed. I'll forgive you for that as a settlement. And I'm pregnant. You'll have to take full responsibility for that. Pregnant? I don't think so, but you're not joking about being pregnant with his child, are you? I'm not joking, I'm serious. Alex and I were promised to be married. I lent him $300,000 because I thought I would be his wife. And yet, when I told him I was pregnant, he said he had no intention to marry me and ran away. What? I was so shocked and frustrated that I cried and swelled up. I mean, I'm still crying. I know you can't see it. He ruined my life. I'm a grown woman in shock, crying for 3 days and 3 nights. If you're a mother, you should at least take responsibility for what your son has done. If you return the $300,000 and have him father my child, I'll stop suing you for marriage fraud. I'll marry him. It's a small price to pay for all this, isn't it? Besides, Ellen, it'll be your first grandchild. I don't think it's a bad deal at all. There is no way my son could do such a thing, though, is there? You must be mistaken. Are you still saying that after all this time? Because it's just too funny. Do you still want to think there's no way my child would do something like that? I know you want to think that, but this is real. I'm the victim, and this is how it really is. If I sue, Alex and you, who are in on it, will go to jail. You became a rich wife, and now you're going to hell in a handbasket. Besides, your husband's status and honor will also fall to the ground. It's not very nice to have a wife and son who are engaging in marriage fraud. If you don't want that to happen, refund the $300,000 and get married. I won't budge on anything else. You have 1 week to get the money and the wedding ready. You can't just go ahead with this one-sided talk. I'm still not convinced. That's enough. I said I'll settle out of court and make it easy on you with the settlement money and the wedding. If you don't agree, the fact is that I was deceived. It's not a dream or an illusion, it's the truth. If you insist that much, I can turn you in to the police right now. I understand. Since this is coming out of the blue, may I have a moment to talk with my husband? I'm sure I've got the wrong person, but I need to confirm the facts. There's no way I could be mistaken, but okay. $300,000 is a lot of money, and I'm sure you don't have it in your hands. Put your trust in your rich husband and ask him to get it for you. After the family meeting, please proceed with marriage and the $300,000. Call me after work. I need to talk to you about something.
Oh, I just finished. I just arrived at the hotel where I'm on a business trip. What's up?
Well, I got a text that I don't understand. Alex was a marriage scammer, and the woman he paid $300,000 to was pregnant.
Huh? Marriage scam? Alex?
The person who texted me, someone named Janet, sent that to me.
Isn't that just a prank? There's no way he could have done that in the first place. Or maybe she is misunderstanding something.
I'm sure she misunderstood something too. She said, "You're a rich man." She called me a rich man's wife and said I'm ripping off the regular people with marriage scams.
I'm rich? Well, I have to support my wife and kids, and I'm confident I'm not poor. I work hard every day to make that happen, and I don't think I'm what you'd call rich. I think she's got the wrong guy, or she's harassing you or something. If you let it go, she'll give up. I don't think you need to worry about it.
But I don't have any idea who the person named Janet is, and I'm afraid that the person knew my WhatsApp account. The person named Janet said she found it on Alex's phone. How is that possible? I don't know where the information leaked from, but I'm kind of scared to leave it alone.
Well, you're right.
Alex doesn't have any idea?
Nope. I don't think I knew anyone by that name either.
I see. Then I don't know where she knew me from.
Anyway, I'm leaving tomorrow too. Maybe you should take Alex and evacuate tonight just in case.
That's right. Janet might know where we live, so I'll call my parents and ask my father to pick us up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Also, maybe you shouldn't reply to her until you know for sure. Your father's a police officer. If you're at your parents' house, I feel safer.
Yeah, that's right. I'll keep an eye on it and think about it while I deal with it. Okay, well, I'll get ready to go as soon as I can.
Oh, if you need anything else, you let me know right away.
Thanks. I'll call you when I get to my parents' house.
Take care.
Hey, Ellen. How was the family meeting last night? Why didn't you call me? Well, okay. I'll take it that if you don't call me, it means that you'll have the $300,000 and the wedding within a week as you promised. If you don't keep your promise after a week, I'll sue you.
Zach, I found out who that Janet is. Really? And I also found out who that Alex is. Oh. Can you come over to my parents' house after work so we can talk about the details? Okay. Sorry to keep you waiting, Janet. I've spoken to my husband and called you.
Oh, it's you. For the past week, you haven't even replied to my... I knew it. I'll make it $400,000 in an overseas wedding. Tell that to your rich husband. Otherwise, I'll sue you as soon as I can.
Listen, Janet. My child is 2 years old.
Huh?
And she's a girl. So it's impossible for Alex to get you pregnant.
Huh? What are you talking about? What do you mean, a 2-year-old girl?
I hope you will forgive me for putting the information out there after the fact, but it's for my daughter's safety. I wish you had done your research better before coming on WhatsApp too.
What do you mean?
You got my account from a friend of my mom friend's.
What? A mama friend?
She contacted me. She told me that our 2-year-old Alex did something and she had to pay a settlement to a young lady, so I gave her my ID. Did you hear from her? I said.
You're kidding! Those young mothers who were chatting in that park, are they your mom friends?
Yes, they are. Those mama friends seem to imagine that Alex broke something or got out of control and hurt her. My daughter is smart and quiet, and she wouldn't do such a thing. I don't remember having to pay any settlement money at all. I complained to them that they should not believe your one-sided story. I wondered if they might have been talking about you. I asked them to look at the photo you sent me, and they said there was no doubt about it.
My picture? Could it be that you were talking about the picture of me crying?
Yes.
You're kidding! How can you know that? I processed it properly.
It's true that the lower half of your face in the photo you sent to me was hidden by the processing. But the eyes were showing in order to show that you were crying. They recognize you by your hair color, and the watch you were wearing.
What the hell?
I asked them to elaborate on the situation at that time. They said that you approached them when I was talking about my plan to buy Alex a toy airplane for her 3rd birthday for $30.
What? $30? Not $300,000?
Yes.
A toy airplane? Not a real airplane?
Yes. Alex likes airplanes because my husband likes radio-controlled airplanes. She wants to become an airplane pilot in the future.
What? That's not my Alex at all.
That's what I've been saying from the beginning. I repeat, my Alex is a 2-year-old girl. And our family is not the kind of people that can afford a $300,000 airplane.
I wanted to meet Alex, so I was walking around that area looking for his house. And I overheard you talking about getting him a $300,000 airplane. And since it sounded like he was from a wealthy family, I was sure it was Alex I was looking for. I thought to myself, I see. So you were mishearing the story that jumped into your head, and that's why you acted so annoyed. Mishearing? No way! The Alex you're referring to was a male friend of yours when you were attending university in Boston. And his family is wealthy. That's why you called me a rich man's wife. Yes, but do you know him? I think that Alex is someone who used to live in our neighborhood. Really? Then do you know where Alex is now? I'm from a different city, so I don't know him. But my neighbor told me that I heard that after graduating from university, he got a job at an overseas company and has been away from the US for 7 years. 7 years ago? Especially in the last 2 years, he hasn't returned to the US due to the recent global situation. So there is no chance that you will conceive his child. Huh? What on earth do you think you're doing? Calling this a marriage scam? Getting pregnant? Oh my God! Yes, that's right. As you can see, it's all a lie. I knew it. It's all his fault. When we were in college, no matter how often I asked him out, he never took me seriously. In fact, he started going out with another girl. Don't you think that's terrible? That's a question that's hard for me to answer, not knowing what happened back then. But I still couldn't forget him. I had heard that his parents lived in this town when I was in college, so I came all the way here to visit him. And yet, I jumped at the chance to being talked about Alex, thinking it was my lucky timing. I had no idea that it was actually about a completely different Alex. No, and then you told me you were pregnant and that he was a marriage cheat? How could anyone believe you when you hadn't seen him for years? He's not much of a drinker, so I figured he could just get drunk and pretend we had sex. No, that's sloppy. Shut up! Oh, I'm so mad at you. If you make me look like a fool anymore, I'm going to hurt you. What do you say? I'm right in front of your house. I broke all the flower pots in front of your front door. I'm going to kick you and your daughter like this. You're in the house now, aren't you? The curtains are closed, but there's a shadow figure moving. You're sneaking inside watching me. Stop sneaking around and come out. Apologize, and while you're at it, pay me $400,000. You're so screwed up. But I can't. Then fine. I'll break the window and get in the house. I'm not in the house, okay? That's a blatant lie. I can see you. I'll drag you out and make you apologize. It's my father in the house. Even though you've mistaken her for the wrong person, you've been threatening me a lot, and I've been very scared. I consulted my father, who is a police officer, to stay inside the house. My husband and I and my daughter are in a safe place, and it's not only pointless to break the glass to get in. You will be caught red-handed for breaking and entering. I said, from the looks of it, it looks like he's already caught you. A few minutes later, I received a phone call from my father, informing me that Janet had been caught red-handed for breaking and entering. He also demanded compensation for the threats she had made, as well as for breaking the flower pots. With the money, my family decided to move out of the house. I am relieved that the case is now closed and we are safe. By the way, I understand that Janet prepared the compensation by borrowing money from her parents. She had never worked hard before and had been living off her parents. She was taken to a job with a dormitory and told to take this opportunity to work hard. She is now doing hard physical labor.
Hey there, Liliana. I'm so sorry to ask, but do you think you could send about $500 to my bank account? I'd really appreciate it. I ended up doing way more shopping than I thought I would last month, so I need just a bit more money than usual.
But I already send you $1,000 a month, Mom. I really don't think I can afford to give you any more. You'll just have to make do with what I gave you this month.
Excuse me, what is the matter with you? Are you really telling your own mother she has to go back to work?
Mom, you're not even that old. You just stopped working well before retirement age. I really think you could still handle even just a part-time job. Please stop always coming to me when you need money.
How dare you talk to your mother that way? You really are so selfish, you know that? I finally free myself of having kids or any other obligations around the house, and you demand that an old lady like me go back to work because you're too lazy to give me some help. You really want me to just work myself to the bone until I drop dead, don't you?
Mom, I'm really happy that you have time to do things that you've been wanting to do. But the fact of the matter is that I have my limits, and I'm already sending you the absolute maximum of money that I can afford. So it's not a matter of wanting to, I simply can't afford to send you $500 more this month.
Oh, come on, you're still young. Surely you have some savings that you could withdraw money from, right? You can always make the money back, but I need that kind of money right now. Come on, don't you realize that you owe me for all I've done for you over the years? I had to raise you all by myself, and I put everything into raising you, and this is how you choose to repay me?
Mom, of course, I'm very grateful for all that you've done for me over the years. I know that Dad died early and you had no one else to help raise me, but you can't talk to me like I'm not already sending you money every month. Not only that, but I've been doing so for the past 7 years. I've been sending you $1,000 every month for the past 7 years. Are you really going to turn around and tell me that I haven't been showing enough gratitude?
Of course not. You really think that's remotely enough money to cover all that I've done for you? If you really cared about me, you would be sending me at least $2,000 a month. But you're always telling me how you can barely even afford to pay me half of that. So why don't you quit whining and just give me the money that I'm asking for? Consider it a bonus for all the time I spent raising you.
Hey, Vanessa, are you there? I was just wondering about how the job hunt was going. The thing is, I would really appreciate it if you could help send some money home to Mom.
Hold on a second. You mean I'm going to have to start sending my money to Mom too? I'm sorry, but I just don't think that's going to work for me at all. Besides, I still haven't managed to find a job, so...
You mean you still haven't even gotten a job offer? Have you been applying, even? You graduated from college over 3 years ago now. The least you could do is find a part-time job or something. After all, you've been living with Mom this whole time. When are you finally going to find a place to work?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. I don't really feel like going out and finding a job. I would only even begin to consider taking a position where I'm making at least $3,000 a month. Not only that, but I'm going to need a lot of vacation time on top of that.
Vanessa, I really don't think that you're going to find any job that's going to give you everything you want for an entry-level position. You have to be a little more realistic and be willing to work for those perks. Please, I really can't afford to send Mom any more money. The least you could do is try and contribute a little bit since you're living with her. It would really help me out.
And just why is it my problem if you're not working hard enough to be able to afford to help Mom out? Besides, if you must know, I'm out trying to find a rich man to marry, so don't say I'm not doing my part. Once I find a guy who is loaded, I'll make him fall in love with me, and then I'll take care of Mom by myself.
Are you kidding me? Is that really your plan to help our Mom?
Of course, I realized that only suckers go out and find jobs for a living. I'm just going to live off my husband's salary instead. So that's why I'm going out every night trying to put myself out there and find the perfect man.
Actually, I remember you telling me about doing this a while ago, so that means that you haven't made any progress on that front either. Are you seriously just wasting all your time waiting for Mr. Right to come fall into your lap so you won't have to work? Is that really all you want to do with your life?
You know, I actually did find someone special once, but we ended up breaking up. He was way too stingy for my liking. He had the gall to tell me no when I demanded he keep buying me gifts. So obviously, he wasn't nearly as rich as he let himself on to be, and that's why I'm still out looking.
I don't believe what I'm hearing. How can you seriously say that that's your life plan?
I'll have you know that I've been gifted bags and clothes worth thousands of dollars by potential suitors. In fact, the last present my boyfriend gave me was a $1,000 necklace. And that was actually the cheapest of the things that he had bought me. It's not easy trying to work out here.
Well, if all you're really doing is seeing this man to get them to buy you things, then it doesn't even sound like you're going to get married. And that means that I'm still going to be the only one sending money to Mom for a long time.
Don't be ready to give up so quickly. You should know that I've actually found a guy who I feel really good about and who's super rich. So I think you might not actually have to even wait that much longer before I'm married.
Oh yeah? You mean you found someone who you think will actually get married to?
That's right. But if this is going to work, you need to send Mom and I a bit more money this month. After all, putting in the work to keep a rich guy's attention isn't cheap, you know. I know that Mom is already asking for another $500. But I think if you add an extra $1,000 on top of that for me, then we should be fine.
Oh, come on. You can't be serious about that, right? You know that I can't even begin to afford sending you that much. I'm already at my limit sending Mom $1,000 every month. That's why I came to you to ask for help in the first place. But you two just keep treating me as if I'm some kind of infinite ATM.
Oh, trust me, neither of us think of you that way. You're way too cheap for that. And if you're going to take that tone with me, then things aren't going to go well for you. Maybe I'd just choose to continue not helping even after I'm actually married. What do you think of that? Liliana, are you there? Your sister is engaged. She's going to be getting married. Not only that, but her fiancé is really rich and runs his own company. Isn't that amazing? She has struck gold.
You mean that Vanessa has actually found a rich man willing to marry her? Are you serious?
Why are you sounding so surprised? It's obvious that a cute girl like her would be able to find a man like that with no problem. After all, she went to college, comes from a good family, and she's a looker. She's an all-around catch. Now I can finally be free and stop having to rely on your stinginess just to get by.
You mean that Vanessa agreed that she would start giving you money every month too?
Well, Vanessa isn't going to be doing so, but her husband certainly is. And he's going to be giving me $3,000 a month, too. Oh, I'm so happy that my daughter finally found a rich man to marry. All my dreams are coming true.
Wow, he's seriously going to give you that much money every single month?
That's right, and it's all thanks to the hard work your sister put in looking for a man, and she may have told a couple white lies about me to ease the process.
White lies? What do you mean? What kind of lies did she tell you about?
Oh, she just told her husband that your father was a horrible gambling addict who left us with tons of debt that I couldn't pay. And about how I had to raise you two all on my own, and how you moved out of the house and hardly ever help us at all despite us begging you to. Apparently your sister was convincing enough to want to make her husband step up and take care of his new mother-in-law. And that's when he offered to send me as much money as I would need to live comfortably.
Now hold on just a second there. You told this guy that your late husband, my dad, was nothing but a gambling addict?
I mean, all I did was stretch the truth a little bit. After all, your dad did used to buy lottery tickets now and then.
So then you besmirched the memory of your own late husband just to make some money? Not only that, but you even lied to your new son-in-law just to exploit him.
I know, isn't it perfect? And now I'm going to get all the money I could ever want in the world.
Mom, I can't believe you would do something like this.
Oh, please, you certainly aren't in a position to start making complaints to me. You had your chance to take care of me, and you failed. Maybe if you had done your job better, then I wouldn't have been forced into a position where I had to lie.
So you're really going to try and pin all of this on me? I don't know what to say. I've worked so hard to support for the past 7 years, and you act like it's nothing.
Oh, please, you were only sending me $1,000 a month. Don't act like you were so special. But now I don't need your money anymore. I found a new source of income, and I'm never going to let him go. So anyways, now that I have no need for you, don't bother talking to me anymore.
Wait, what? You mean you don't even want to talk to me?
Of course not. Oh, and by the way, you should know that your sister's wedding is today. Not that there's a seat for you here anyway. You can just sit at home doing nothing but thinking about how you failed me.
Wait, what? Vanessa's going to be getting married today? But, I mean, why is this the first time that I'm hearing about this? Why wouldn't she tell me? Does she really not care whether I'm there or not?
Of course not. Her husband thinks that you're a selfish woman who abandoned your family. If he found out the truth, then it would ruin our plan for him to pay me what I need. So you just be a good girl and keep out of this.
So you not only ruined the reputation of my dad, but you also lied about me just for money.
That's right, and we're not going to tell him any more information about you. He knows what he needs to, and that's enough. If he found out any more about you, then it might ruin my image as a poor old woman abandoned by everyone but her one loyal daughter. That's the narrative that we've come up with, and we're not going to let you come here and ruin it.
But it's a lie! You're just lying to this man to steal from him.
Oh, please, it's just another stretching of the truth is all. Besides, it's quite fun acting like someone who you're really not.
So after all this time and effort I put into taking care of you and Vanessa for the past 7 years, this is how you thank me? I can't believe that I really matter so little to you that I'm just being sold out like this. And now I'm not even invited to my own sister's wedding because I'm supposed to be this big villain?
Well, it's not like you even have clothes ready to go to a wedding, right? Besides, I know that you hardly have any money, so it's not like you could go out and get some.
And whose fault do you think it is that I haven't been able to save up any money for myself? It's your fault. It's because I've been paying for you for the past 7 years of my life.
And you've done such a brilliant job doing what you could for me, but the fact of the matter is that it was never enough, and now I don't need you anymore.
Well, fine then. I won't go to Vanessa's wedding. I can see I'm not wanted there anyway.
Yes, that's what I've been telling you from the very start. Nobody wants or needs you around anymore. In fact, you're better off never talking to your sister or I again. You'd just be dead weight and a liability at this point.
Fine. If that's the way you want things to happen, then I'll do as you say. You won't ever see me again. In fact, don't even think of me as your daughter anymore. Got it?
Oh, I'll gladly do that. It works so much better for my new tragic backstory. Anyways, I'm off to enjoy what is sure to be a spectacular wedding. Have a nice life.
Oh, trust me, you're not the only one looking forward to this. But I'm not so sure that the wedding is going to go as planned. You'll find out what I mean soon enough, though.
What in the world are you talking about?
Oh, it's nothing you need to know about for now, but you should know that I'm going to send Vanessa a little wedding present. And hope for the happiness of the newlyweds.
Liliana, what did you do? Where is your sister? Why isn't she here yet? I've tried calling and texting her and she isn't picking up. Do you have any idea at all where she could be?
Oh no, the bride has gone missing on her big day. I wonder what could have happened.
I'm serious. She is supposed to be getting married today. The fiancé is panicking and the whole wedding is falling apart. What did you do? I know that you had something to do with this. Oh, I'll have to go to the police and report your sister missing now.
Calm down, Mom. I really don't think there's any need to go that far. We just have something to talk about, and then I'll let Vanessa go. She'll make it to her wedding, though, don't worry.
Talk about something? What do you mean? I knew that you had something to do with this. You tell me where your sister is and what you've done to her right now.
Oh, I don't know where she is right now, but I know who she's with. I believe it's an old boyfriend of hers, actually.
You mean to tell me that your sister is with an ex-boyfriend on the day of her wedding?
That's right, and by the time we're done talking, she should be on her way. But Vanessa's actually there with this man to apologize to him.
Okay, now I really have no idea what you're talking about. You mean to tell me that she is missing her own wedding to apologize to some old ex-boyfriend of hers?
That's right, she's apologizing for betraying him over and over again. Honestly, even I feel bad for him. Sounds like Vanessa managed to squeeze tens of thousands of dollars out of him while cheating on him. It really is quite a sad situation if you ask me.
Hold on a second. You mean that your sister was having an affair with one of her exes?
That's right, I actually got a message from someone saying that he was an ex of hers, and he told me the whole thing. He told me they actually had already been engaged to be married, apparently. But that when the conversation turned to actually planning the event, she would always change the subject. In the end, Vanessa dumped the guy because he wouldn't stop talking about getting married. After that, Vanessa stopped talking to him completely, and it became clear to him that she was only after his money.
But I had no idea about any of this at all.
Anyways, he reached out to me to try and talk to her. All I did was give him Vanessa's new number. I think that he knew that she was going to be married, although he told me that he didn't blame her if she really wanted to get married to another man. He just wanted closure with her, and that's why you have nothing to worry about in terms of Vanessa making it to her wedding on time.
And you're telling me that that's why the bride isn't at her own wedding right now?
I think he just wants to be paid back what he's owed from his fake relationship.
And you really have no idea where your sister is at all right now? You need to tell me if you do so I can go and get her.
I really don't have a clue where she could be, Mom, but I'm sure she'll be back soon enough.
Sis, are you there? You have to help me, please. I need you to give me some money. I'm with an ex here, and he says that he's not going to let me go out until I've paid him back. But if I can't go out now, then I'm going to miss my wedding.
And just what do you think I can do about any of this, huh? Maybe you should ask your fiancé for money. After all, he was nice enough to offer Mom $3,000 a month, right?
Are you crazy? I can't go and talk to my fiancé about this. My ex is asking for $100,000.
You mean you scammed a man out of that much money?
I didn't scam anything. They were gifts for me. But now he's saying I have to pay them back since it was only under the assumption we were going to be getting married. He's accusing me of fraud. Can you believe it? Not only that, but he knows that I was seeing someone behind his back. If my fiancé finds out that he was the other man for a while, then it might blow up my marriage. So please, I really need your help right now.
No, it sounds to me like you need to get out of this mess yourself. Leave me out of it.
You can't do this to me. I really need your help, please. Once I'm married, I can pay you back for everything. I just really need some money right now.
I'm sorry, but you've been getting money from me for the past 7 years. You and Mom have sucked me dry, and I don't feel like helping out either of you right now.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm really not. If you took all this money from this man under a false premise, then you should pay it back. No matter what happens, it really isn't my business. If your wedding falls apart, then that's on you. Anyways, good luck and have a nice life. In the end, Vanessa and my mom tried going to relatives and trying to borrow money, but nobody wanted to help them. Instead, they all wanted to know why I had been unceremoniously kicked out of the family by them. The rest of the family were very upset and said that they were going to stop talking to my mom and Vanessa instead. With no other way to get Vanessa out of her pickle, her marriage fell apart and her fiancé canceled their engagement when she didn't show up to the wedding. I hear that Vanessa and my mom have since had to find jobs. Of course, with no real experience, they can only find very low-paying part-time work. They even had to sell their house and moved into a tiny apartment together, where they barely scrape enough money together to make ends meet. All of that being made more difficult by the debt Vanessa owes to her ex-boyfriend who forced her to sign a contract guaranteeing repayment of her debt.